Hi, peace, light, and love. There are a lot of channels speaking about Mehgan Markle at the moment. I think some of them are just like really, I don't want to name names, but they're just focused on putting down Mehgan Markle, the woman who married Prince Harry from the British royal family. And I want to say about the following words. People who put you down are usually beneath you. So to say bad things about someone, it just doesn't make sense to me. On the other hand, there are important things, words, matters that should be addressed. So first of all, Prince Harry has spoken in a very odd way in a ceremony. Could be a lot of nervousness, could be, I don't know what it could be. Seems to be under a lot of pressure, that's for sure. And what he said about everything triggering, everything to do with cameras triggering the death of his mother is very sad, and it's indicative of a deep sea trauma that he probably needs help for. So I sincerely hope he gets help for it. As for Meghan Markle's behavior, thank you for asking that, if I'm okay. I mean, they were on a trip to Africa, which is a very difficult place to live for young women especially. And they were involved in a charity where women get raped. It's a rape capital of the world, I believe. And they are learning to defend themselves. And she didn't say one word about those girls. She didn't say one word about the charities. And this is why she flew to Africa. This is why what she and Prince Harry are paid to do, to take care of these charities for young women. It's a very serious job. And it's really sad because as a young girl, she started to get into feminism and how it's important that women have a voice. And then now that she has this position, she just totally screwed it up. She just lost it. Instead of talking about them, she talked about herself. And I think it comes like everything else, because she's so much into herself and me, and the whole Hollywood and LA scene probably strengthened in her this need to focus on herself constantly, and she forgets that she's there for a charity. And it's really sad that she doesn't have any advisors. Where are the advisors to the royal family? Why isn't she sitting down with someone and gets some sort of guidance as to how to behave in public, how to deal with charity work? She just seems to improvise everything. And then Prince Harry just didn't show up last time, and she shows up in this hideous purple dress. I'm really happy she's not wearing black anymore, but purple. I don't think anybody could look good in iodine purple. It's like really strong purple. I can't imagine it being a good color except for sports events or, I don't know, a small child. It's really hideous color, I think. Very strong and unattractive for me. She doesn't seem to have anyone advising her in which clothes to wear, what to say, how to behave. Charity work is a sacred work. It's a very important work, especially for people that are privileged and have a lot of money and status. And she seemed to really have screwed it up big time. I think it's really, I don't know if she's watching this, but please, Meghan Markle, get some advice about how to go about it. Surely she could afford a coach and sit down with someone who will guide you about how to act in public and how to put yourself in the back seat and put those charities where they should belong and as a priority. I mean, she works for charities that affect lives of so many young people in this world, people that have a very, very difficult situation, who are in danger of being raped and abused and live in dire poverty. So how can a person who had her whole life, basically she had 36 years of living just herself. She has a beautiful, healthy baby, and then she's like, poor me, she feels sorry for herself. I think it's really sad. Although it is true that you can't really measure pain, and somebody could be extremely wealthy, and let's say something small happens and it's a trigger for depression. So while that's all true, I still think that it's important to put things in perspective and to not put herself up front, her and Harry. And the way they're suing the media, it just shows that they're very focused on themselves. Because after all, the newspaper, it means nothing. It's just, newspapers, in a way, are important. In a way, they're just so insignificant. And there's so many young people's lives that are significant, and she can make a difference. So to focus on what the media says about her, I think it's absurd. And to say that American media is fair, I don't think so. I think every country has tabloids, certainly here, everywhere. And I think to make the media your enemy when it actually is promoting you, it does both, is a little bit too much. I think a wiser step would be to promote positive goals, and then she would balance out the negative. And she should really deal with being part of that family and also part of the old family. My father died many years ago, so it's hard for me to understand how anybody could turn her back on her father or her mother. My mother died 10 years ago, and it's been very difficult. And if she was alive anywhere on this planet, would I ever stop talking to her? Never, ever. I don't think she could do anything that would make me not speak to her. And trust me, there were many challenges and tests with this relationship. But there's still a very deep connection between a child and their parents. And unless they were severely abused, I wasn't treated that nice, but saying even children that are severely abused still have a very strong bond to their parents. So I find it very odd, this whole behavior that fame and what people think about you is more important than your relationship with your father, who, from what I read, did so much to promote her. Every girl should be so lucky to have a father who spends so much time with her and promotes her career and exposes her to so much as a child that she can have a career in film and TV, and I read that he was so involved with her school, and just it's so sad when children don't appreciate their parents and don't realize that one day their parents will be gone and that we have such a short time on this earth to make good. So turning your back on your father or any member of your family that doesn't abuse you is really sad. Having said that, there are family members that you definitely should disconnect from. But you have to look at the picture. Is he trying to take something away from her? He sounds to me like a really sad man that's not in a very good situation. And I really feel sorry for him. And she's in a good position, so why can't she just reach out her hand and help him? That's what I don't understand, So I also don't approve of channels that are speaking badly of her, because I think it doesn't make sense. Two wrongs don't make a right, and if you speak badly about her, it doesn't make you a very intelligent person. Criticism is, I think the way I speak is the right kind of criticism, because I'm criticizing the fact that she should be focused on her charities. But making up all kinds of stories about her, questioning whether that was a real baby that all kinds of conspiracy theories, it's just such poor taste. And although these people get thousands of views, I think it's time to not give them thousands of views and spend our time being better people, because our time on earth is limited. So let's try to speak in a better way about people and not to put other people down. And if somebody is abusive to you, definitely disconnect from them. But think hard before you disconnect from someone who hasn't been abusive to you just because of some incident. So try to make peace when you can and save yourself when you can't. Peace, light, and love.